Teenage dirtbag. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Vivi Omi update video. You guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, "Where's Dashy?" Dashy's in the room. I just figured I'm always tired of sitting on the edge of my bed. Might as well go in the kitchen. Got the house to myself. Was a little scary last night. We did not have power, so I could not go live last night. However, today is a new day. We do have power, so I figured I would go over a bunch of the news. Let's see what I told y'all I would go over with over on the Twitter. And we had, all right, 7 p.m. going live to talk about Vivi updates we've received, sales data, Omi movement, speculation on Feeshes. Okay, all right, so we'll go with some of the market pulse. Vivi Fox did us another solid, saying, "Oh, hey, guess what? 30,000 active wallets for the month of January." So I thought that was pretty sweet. Market trades were down to 160,000, down about 4%. Market buyers were down also about 14.6 thousand, which is down about 16%. Market sellers kind of moved sideways. They were same around 18,000. So 109,000 tokens minted, about the same, and the minters were down about 6%, down to about 23,000. Moving on. Dr. Prophet had said Morgan Stanley does not expect Fed is done with rate hikes, lowers targets for inflation, and Treasury yields should be good for tech stocks, multiple expansion, and crypto. One thing I did want to talk about as far as Dr. Prophet goes, he did post out a tweet talking about flux.tech/invest, saying that they're raising $10 million and the round is now open to more investors. And it looked like he was going and investing as well, along with G Money NFT, someone named 9GAC CEO. Gary Vaynerchuk was in there as well, Jimmy.eth, trying to think of other people that are pretty prominent, Von Doom.eth, Jeremy Fall, and a couple other people that I have no idea who they are. But founding advisors are called Zeneca33, Goblin Town, and 5965 Punk. And just, I mean, I don't know too many other things that Dr. Prophet invests in. So the fact that he is going and putting money into this, and I think the minimum is 150,000. If I'm not, I'm sorry, 160,000 is the minimum investment. Is he doing the minimum? Is he doing like $1 million? I don't know. Investors must be accredited, and capital will be called on in March. If you'd like to learn more, they're holding 3 video calls. Again, I would not do something like this because that would be most of my capital, and I'm just not going to do it. So I would, but I do like to know what other whales are doing. So moving on, we have the Chinese spy balloon. I think was shot down over Myrtle Beach in South Carolina today. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Logan Paul is being sued in a class action lawsuit alleging crypto NFT project CryptoZoo was a rug pull. Russia's largest Sberbank expects to launch Ethereum-based DeFi platform in May. All right, so I'll tell you guys about this real quick. I'll show you the tweet. Where's the tweet? Okay, yep, saying I partnered with Landbots Virtua for a giveaway, which will take place on 6 February, 5 p.m. UTC, 120 ADA. There's 1,666 miner bots loaded with utility are ready to be minted. All you have to do is follow me, follow Landbots Virtua, like and retweet the post, tag 3 friends, and 3 winners to be announced on the 5th. And that's it. So we do have, all right, so one of the other things is Vivi Official had gone on and they had made it so that their new Medium articles not only show the license, what year it was published, the amount of copies there are, the cover variants for comics, but they also have the first available public mint. And this is brought to us by Mr. 616. And you see circled in red the first available public editions. Hang on one second, guys. All right, I'm back. Are they going to start doing this with the normal collectibles? I don't know. I don't know if you really need to. Every one of the collectibles really starts with 41, unless otherwise spoken about. But it is nice that they do this for comics. At least, for the first 10,000, you can get number 186 and above. Moving on. So we do have somebody that is tracking Reese's wallet. And Reese has sold a couple of his tokens. I think it does come to the amount of about 6 figures worth, and people like, stop selling your tokens. Why is he doing this? First of all, again, the only reason I'm addressing this, it's technically not any of our business, but other people are bringing light to it. So I figured I'd do some explanation because a lot of people think that they're rugging or whatever. At least that's what the rumors are. But basically, for the most part, this is just Reese, who had, to my knowledge, not ever gotten paid in tokens. Someone was with the project from the beginning, used his own money to buy tokens, which was, I think, at the 4.0 price. So it's not like he's selling for a loss. It's not like he's going and saying, oh, yes, I'm going to buy at the 008 and sell down here at 0009. He is not doing that. It could be just because he wants to help with the move. It could be he wants to go and buy a house somewhere. Again, it's not really any of our business. I don't think I would ask him about it. But it is a relatively small part of how much he has. And on top of that, uh, again, he deserves to. He's not a founder. He never said he'd lock up his tokens for a certain amount of time. This is just something that he wants to do for X amount of reasons. And I'm 100% on board with that. For those of you that did not know, Reese had worked with Okomi for, I think, a year without getting paid. So if anyone deserves a nice payday without getting questioned about it, it's probably going to be Reese. Again, just throwing that out there. If anyone's noticed, there's been a lot. So YouTube creators have been starting making a lot of shorts because shorts are now being monetized. I've made a good 1 penny off of mine. So they're not a very good way to make revenue, but a lot of people are doing that because YouTube is monetizing it now. It just gives incentive to do that. Along with that, Twitter is now sharing revenue with tweets creators. So basically, if you have a ad on your tweet and it gets viewed a bunch of times, you can start getting paid for that. You do have to be a member of Twitter Blue. So if you have 10, 20,000 subscribers or followers on Twitter, and you want to pay the $11 a month, you can start getting revenue. And honestly, I don't know how that works. I figured I'd try it. I figured that, okay, we'll have more followers on Twitter than do on YouTube, and my tweets sometimes get a lot of traction. I'll see if I can make more than the $11 a month that Twitter Blue is charging me. So we'll see. Moving on with spring. I have a little experiment where I just bought a little bit of Bitcoin, about $900 worth. I want to kind of see where that goes. This isn't my chart, but somebody had showed me a chart the other day that was going, oh, is this it? I don't even know if I could show this. I don't even know if I have permission to, so I won't show it, but basically it showed the Bitcoin chart of 2019. Oh, sorry. Keep it up, buddy. Here's half a coffee in New York. Let's go. Let's get the bread. I will 100% take that, Mr. Scott Gladys. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for the donation. You are the superstar. As said in Whenever You Win in Mario Party, you are the superstars. Good times. Anyway, so if you take a look at I guess it's just anyone's chart. You don't really need to draw anything. If you take a look at 2019's chart for Bitcoin, and you see where that is, okay, you're taking a look at those circles right in February, where you have a little bump up in February, and then a little bump up in April, and then you have this nice big rally until mid-year, around June, July, and then June, July, things start to crash and go down again. And then what happens that next year in 2020, you had that Bitcoin halving, you have that rally. I really think that when you're taking a look at this chart historically, I feel like this is what's happening right now. We have a little bit of a bump that we're in right now that we've gotten. In April, who knows, we might get another big bump, another rise from April through June and maybe into part of July. We go down a little bit for the rest of the year as the recession looms in, and then typically markets will rally about 6 months before the recession is over, which it could start to rally probably around the Bitcoin halving. Omi today was up around 10%. It was up a little bit more. It was up around 17% at one point, and then it went down to 8%, up to 10. Let's take a look at what it is now. But anyway, that's why I bought a little bit of Bitcoin. I was like, okay, let's say we don't get too much of a pump from Omi. Let's say it kind of stays down here until the end of the year. Oh, Bitcoin's going to go up. I'll buy a little Bitcoin now, and if it goes up, Omi stays down, then I'll sell the Bitcoin, and then I'll buy the Omi. Again, that's just kind of what I'm doing. But we do have 1.5 million in volume, okay, here we go. If you have 1.5 million in volume, when we typically only have, let's say, 750,000 in volume, and I feel like that's on a good day. I feel like a lot of times it is a bit lower, but let's say 750. If we doubled in volume and we went up 10%, okay, well, what does that do? That means if we went up 10%, we doubled in volume. If we do a 20x in volume, then we should go up 100%. So what would we have to do to 20x in volume? That would be about, was 10 be 7.5. So it'd be about 15 million. So what happens when we have about 15 million in volume? That means we'd 10x. So we would go from 0.001 Or no, I'm sorry, not 10x. We would just increase by 100%, and we would just double to 0.002. And that's just off volume. That's not really including any more utility. If you add utility on top of that, then I think that at that point you start to get a little bit more into the multiples. I think that you can get 0.003, and that's not including the burn. Once we start burning, I feel like that's the nice trifecta. You have the burn, you have the volume, you have the exchanges, you have utility. That's just the laundry. I thought someone else was in the house. I was like, oh, is someone in the house? Well, y'all warned me, right? So when taking a look at that, it's like, okay, well, how do we get that? Okay, well, you're going to need exchanges. But Binance is probably the one that would get us that volume. Is that the bunny? Like, I keep hearing noises. Like, am I tripping? Whatever. So again, like I said, you would need, I don't think KuCoin or Kraken would be able to get us up there. I think you'd probably get a couple million from them. But I really think that once you get Binance or Coinbase, something like that, and we get the 15 million in volume in conjunction with the other stuff, that's when we go, oh, hey, by the end of the year, we're at half a penny again. I would say, when do we get exchanges? I don't know. I would reckon that we would have to get some utility out beforehand. And I don't just mean like, oh, crypto to gem, that's part of OUP, right? Yes, it is. Well, they were talking about the wait list as well. That was part of OUP, right? Yes, it is. Crypto to gem and the wait list probably going to get the first half of this year. And, that helps refill the gem pool so that when we do get Omi to gem eventually, then, we start burning from the circulating supply. I think that's going to be a big one. When we get that, I'm not 100% sure. But we'll keep it posted. And then what happens when we do something like Illuvium, when we have, 100 million in volume? Well, let's just say we have 100x of volume and we get 75 million. If doubling the volume gives us 10%, what's 50x on top of that? That's a 5x for us. I mean, then we go to half a penny very quickly. And again, that's just on volume. That's not including utility, and that's not including burns. So I feel like when we get all those things together, I think that's when we get all-time high. But again, that's just my opinion. Where was that? I know I have other stuff to talk about. All right, so celebrating in fashion, Brockman Blockchain. We have a lot of stuff to go over with Feesh, Brockman Blockchain saying you won, and Reese giving it those eyes. I think that's just a new celebration of when you go and you win Feesh battles in your mech suits. And then we do have Brockman Blockchain. I forget who it was. I think it was Athena going out saying like, hey, my chicken is being really weird in the Feesh tank. And Mintalok saying, is that a cat trying to get the Feesh? And yes, when the Feesh are swimming, there is a cat paw that goes down and tries to get them. And Brock says that is an airdrop for Feeshes. Comment down below if you have one of those. I thought that's pretty dope. Let's do more Brock stuff because we have a few of them. All right. Brainshambles.eth. She's a cool chick. Says, guys, science is heckin' cool. And Brockman Blockchain says science is about to come to the Feeshes in a big way in just about a week from now. Hope you're recovering from your travels. Feeshes swim up Twitter Spaces this Tuesday if you can make it. I think that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What does science have to do with Feeshes? I mean, he was talking about love. He was talking about Valentine's Day and love and science. In my opinion, this means breeding. I could be way off base here, but I don't think I am. I have a sneaking suspicion that breeding is coming to Feeshes. I have zero evidence. It's just, Brockman Blockchain kind of hinting at stuff here and there. Anyway, Brock does say that we do have an update. The Feeshes executively produced movie is dropping this year. The Feeshes is on the big screen. It's not the Feeshes movie. It's a movie the Feeshes helped get made. And then he also says, I've got that itch again. May have to drop a verse or a track at the very least. So maybe he'll give us an item of some sort. Moving on, Samsung has announced that it's already working on what it calls extended reality hardware, which is hinting at the production of a VR headset for metaverse users. Samsung is preparing its own metaverse hardware in partnership with Google. So I'm pretty pumped at that. Oh yeah, we were at 17% before. That was very nice. I'm just a teenage dirtbag. Omi, so why I really like this is because Omi the Clown says this morning, it's like caused a spike. You're welcome. It says crazy how much that has now pushed the price. Might have to be more. And again, why I think we got this is because again, normally we have about 650, give or take, maybe a little bit less, 650,000 worth of volume on any given day. So normally, if you can have around 10% of that in one buy order, and it shouldn't really move it too much. But what we had about we had like $200,000 in volume in like 2 hours, and that when there was no sellers, that kind of created a squeeze. That kind of made us pump a little bit, and we trickled back down, but we didn't. We did not go below that 001 again. I mean, the volume had only sustained about 1.5 million, and then we're still at 10% on the day at 00102 559. So again, is 001 the new support? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's take a look at the buy orders and sell orders over on the BitForex. There is slightly more buy orders and sell orders. There's about 40-ish million buy, about 20-ish million sell, give or take. And why I'm pretty pumped that Omi the Clown was the one that made one of those buys is because, if I buy a couple million Omi, 10 million Omi, like nobody bats an eye. But why? Because I've done that forever. When Omi the Clown does it, it's interesting because he sold off like everything. Like to my knowledge, I know he had no Omi. I also think, and comment down below if I'm wrong, that he might have had no collectibles either. So when someone that is inherently bearish, like Omi the Clown or like Sona Veve, goes and says, hey, suddenly I'm bullish and I'm buying, I feel like that is a little more noteworthy than it is with me saying, oh, guys, I bought another million Omi, because I do that all the time. That is definitely the bun. Veve is pausing payout functionality for maintenance and backend upgrades. We are anticipating a full return in the coming days. I would give them a week just to make sure. They say thank you for your understanding, but currently cash out is disabled. Most likely for the next week. Veve says a couple days, but whenever Veve gives a timeline, you double it. First appearance of Spider-Man, a digital asset, just sold for $7,500. Marvel's very first NFT, only 1,000 editions. I thought that was pretty dope. And Dan Chavez says, when these sales happen, more get listed and the floor goes down. Go look at MC1 Secret Rare is now at 7,500. And that's a fair point, but we have Sergio Rodriguez come and push back on that, say, Dan Chavez, it does go both ways. For example, Amazing Fantasy 15 has a current floor price of 14,300, even though a copy sold for 12,000 yesterday. And it's just the type of people and how many are really what they value. If you bought if you need money, obviously you want to get the most bang for your buck. If you see something is selling and you need money, you're going to list it at that price, or if not lower, because you want your thing to get sold because you need that money. If you don't need the money, when something gets sold at $10,000, and let's say you had yours for $12,000, just to flex. Like I have one of my Veve golden logos up there for $6,900. Why? Because it's safe up there. It's just kind of to flex. If we go and the floor suddenly goes from like 3,300 to like 5,800, and there's like $1,000 between the floor and me, it's like, okay, now I'm gonna go and either move that up a little bit and make it like 8,800 or 10,000, or I'm just gonna delist it completely because I don't want it to get bought, because I think that's gonna be tens of thousands of dollars in the future. I would just take that down. So when you have something like he was talking about, Amazing Fantasy 15 having a current floor price of 14,300, even though 12,000 copies sold yesterday, it would make sense that a lot of the people that have Amazing Fantasy 15, which bought in the bear market, they probably don't need the money. Again, if you can afford to spend 5 figures on a collectible in a bear market, it is most likely because you have other money, you have other funds. A lot of people bought that Spider-Man in a bull market, and they just, it's different. It's different breeds of people that have these right now. Look-alike, nope. There are some people that really got hecked, like somebody buying a Imperial Lotus Dragon. Now, granted, it was a sub 100. They bought number 51 for $700. Again, it was a sub 100, but now the floor is 1,400 for those Imperial Lotus Dragons. We have somebody else that had bought a Holiday Groot Ultimate Animated. The floor price originally was $40. That was at retail. They bought a sub 100 for 984 gems, and now the floor is 16 gems. So you do have a lot of people that, again, they're not going to sell. Consider those groups, consider the collectibles that people had lost 90% on, consider them locked up. Like people that have bought the Batman battle statue with Croc for $2,200, they're not going to sell for $50, for $80, for $200. They'll hodl that forever. And other things we have Marvel #1 Secret Rare sold for 8,000. Amazing Fantasy 15 sold for 12,000. Amazing Fantasy 15 sold again for 15,000. However, that was a low mint sale, so that makes sense why that happened. And Fantastic Four #5 sold for 800. Moving on, I think that was it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's get to the comments right now, and let's see. Watching your hi. Okay, let's go to the comments. Bill Gardner says, "Let's get it, homie. Just picked up another 500,000 coins before the pump. Nice. Are you gonna do some arbitrage, Bill? Are you gonna sell? You sell in the pump, sell into the pump, and then buy if it decides to go back down again." My 100. All right, so let's see what it has to get to, because I have 152 now. 32 million times 0.00. What is it? 66. Yeah. All I need is 0066, and back in the 1%. Cosmos A says, serious question. When do you think the next bull market is going to peak? And 2024, middle 2025? And also, what is the maximum price you see Bitcoin going to? I would say, let's just make it 420,000, $69. I don't want to say that has no data behind it, but let's start with the first question. When do you think the next bull market is going to peak? I think that the markets in general have been quite manipulated down the last few years. You know, you had we were doing really well in 2019, and then into what happened in 2020, pandemic happened, and we went down really, really hard. We had that nice K-shaped recovery, and we went up, and then what happened literally 2 years later after markets are going good again. Russia decides to invade Ukraine. So markets, I think, really want to rally. I think markets really want to do extraordinarily well. I mean, obviously we had Trump in the 2019, and that was, markets tend to like Republicans a little bit more. They don't dislike middle of the road Democrats like Biden, so that, love him or hate him, not the worst thing that could have happened to us. I would say that part of it might depend on who gets elected, whether it is Trump. I really hope it's not Trump and Biden again. It probably is, because if you have DeSantis and Trump going head to head, there's going to be other people in there, and the other people that are in there are most like, let's say Rand Paul runs, let's say Ted Cruz runs, let's say and all of these other people are going to get 2, 3, 5%. And they're not going to take away from Trump votes. They're going to take away from DeSantis votes. I really think that Trump gets the nomination, and then I think that, I don't know. It's a coin flip. Could go either way. Either way, let's just say that whatever happens in the next election, it's middle of the road. Let's say people are indifferent. Let's say, and play those dominoes out. If the halving is in, was it May or April of next year? Markets will probably start to rally a few months before then. I mean, we're not in a recession. Despite big tech laying off a whole bunch of people, the jobs market actually grew. But that being said, I think a lot of the jobs that were created were in like the retail industry, or they were in the services industry, which I'm not saying those aren't real jobs. Of course they are. Dealing with retail sucks, and they work so hard and they just get crapped on. But I will say this, is that a lot of retail jobs and a lot of service jobs are part-time, but they'll consider that employment, and that does not include the people that have given up looking for work. So I really don't trust. I haven't really looked into the jobs numbers all that much, but generally that's usually what happens. They are inflated a bit. I'm not going to say there's not going to be no recession, but the housing market has not done what I thought it would. I figured that, okay, that's the next one to go. That's the next, but it's not. You have a bunch of people that I mean, especially in the Northeast, where the Northeast, it's, you can really only work in new construction for like 9 months out of the year. You could not pay me enough to work outside in these conditions. Like, I don't care. Try to give me, I mean, $1,000 a day, I'd probably do it. But those guys are not getting $1,000 a day. Not the, manual, labor guys. In the Northeast, it's hard to work in the winter. It sucks. In the rain, snow, you can't really work. You can really only do it from like, let's say like March through, I don't know, October, November, and then it just blows. And also the ground gets really hard. But the housing market, according to Mr. Pags and according to a lot of people, like they're overpaying for houses. Like the house that I'm in right now that my friends bought, they overpaid for it. They got a decent interest rate because they got it last year. Before they, right now, I mean, let's say they locked in at like 4% or whatever. People now are paying like 6, 7%. It's really that is brutal. That sucks. I would not do that. But people are doing that and they're paying, 50,000 over asking price, 100,000 over asking price, and they're paying cash. I mean, you have the fact that you have boomers are dying every single day, and Gen X and millennials are getting billions and billions of dollars of inheritance. And what are they doing with that? They're buying houses. I mean, that millennials are so, I don't want to say manipulated. Remember in Lord of the Rings where Lady Galadriel is talking about men? It's like, and men were given 9 rings of power. We're so easily seduced by, like, I feel like millennials are very easily seduced by and listen to the older generations. Oh yeah, let me go to college and get into $60,000 in debt before I even start to make any money. And it's really silly. And then what do? They go and buy houses. That a lot of the keeping up with the Joneses really. Anyway, we're getting way off track here. When does it peak? Let's say it starts. Let's say it really doesn't kick off until the Bitcoin halving, which is just Bitcoin, and then altcoins will rally after. I mean, kind of rallying now. If you only have it go for, I would say middle of 2025 would be the peak. And the maximum price you see Bitcoin going, I would say if it weren't for the last couple of years, if it weren't for the pandemic, Bitcoin would have gone very, very high. And then, it did wind up recovering a bit. But if it weren't for or maybe not that, if it weren't for the Russian war with Ukraine, it could have very well gone to 100K. So let's say that's where minimum where it would go to is 100K. What's the max that it could go to? You haven't really had a lot of these major corporations and major entities like BlackRock, Tesla, a lot of Fidelity. You haven't really had them get in a major way before. And I would say that you don't just have a bunch of kids buying it saying like to the moon, let's hodl. Like you have real money. You have companies that are worth trillions, and like, yeah, we'll allocate 1%. And when you have people like Kathy Wood say everyone should have at least 1% Bitcoin in their portfolio, it's a lot of the money supply. I think it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin overtakes gold's market cap, and then Ethereum overtakes. I would say max 420,000 for Bitcoin. Even though most, and again, that is not, I don't want to say conservative, but that is well within the lines of what Plan B. Plan B has about 1.8 million followers on Twitter, probably a couple 100,000 subscribers over on YouTube, and their broad spectrum is from 100,000 to a million. Their price point. So I would say anywhere between there. I don't really expect Bitcoin to be over 1 million until the next bull cycle after that in like 2028. Because that would be a $20 trillion market cap, and that's a lot. I'm not saying that won't happen. I'm sure it will. I've called that for a long time, but I don't know if that happens this bull cycle. But yeah, I'd say 400K is not. And if that happens, okay, well, what does Ethereum do? I mean, Ethereum is that do be deflationary though. and a lot of stuff is really put on the Ethereum blockchain. A lot of big stuff is built on there. So I would say, yeah, I'd say Bitcoin. Let's say that the max. Let's say 420, 426.9 for the memes. All chat gaming, straight fire. This says new logo makes the app look like a health app, not a collector's app. I would understand that, and yeah, it's a heart. Oh, what, like if you were just look at it? Oh, what is this for? Like you wouldn't know, and if you had to guess, you would probably guess a health app. You'd probably guess. When I'll see. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Vivi. Yeah, you the collectors at heart. You really would guess a health app, something that tracks your heart rate. However, comma, um, if we have, that's us that we're used to the old logo. The old logo was sleek and it, looked good and we got used to it. But what about people that have never seen Vivi before? Again, yeah, they might guess that, oh, it's something to do with your heart. Vivi, like what is that? Cholesterol? And then you say, oh no, it's this. Okay. I mean, it's a lot easier for newer people to get used to a new logo that they've never seen before than it is for most of us that have really gotten used to and love that new. Some people have that old logo tattooed on themselves. That it's hard for other people to get used to. But after a while, you don't even notice. Like I remember getting pissed off when Cartoon Network changed their logo, where it was Wild and Crazy Cartoon Network, and then it just became like a normal font, and it was like, yeah, I don't like this, and then you don't care because they're still nothing changes about the company. They're still making great content. They're still doing great things. So yeah, what's up, Legacy Bermuda? How you doing, fam? I hope you're doing well. Bill Gar says, "What up? What up, Legacy?" Oh, Commons and Zero says, "Randonite." Oh, what's going on, fam? How you doing? Bill Gardner says, "Justin, because we need a Dash NFT and VV. I would love that. Love that. What I don't know what happens with how I could do that. Um, I don't know how I would do this. Yeah, all right. At some point after they fix a lot of stuff and they have a little more time, yeah, I'll talk to them about it. Bill Gardner's elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. Tammy Hannah. Hi. Jordan Riz says, "Yo, Omi to the moon." Oh, I can't wait. Jordan, I got 152 now. 152. I think you had 131 last time we talked. Get some. Matt Stanley says, "Tuning in from San Diego." Very nice. San Diego is a lot of fun. Been there a few times in my life. A couple friends that live there. I unfortunately do not live there. It is nice and warm there. I bet it is quite cold over here. It's like Gandalf talking to Frodo. It is quite cool. He's talking about the ring. I'm talking about my feet. Smarty Pants says, "What's good, Randy? When bull run? Look up." I mean, again, unless these trends reverse, which I've been talking about for like the last month now, you could be looking at the start of the new one right now. I mean, we don't know. It could be a large suckers rally, or it could be the fact that hey, it's people think that it's a suckers rally, but it's really next bull run. Who knows? San Diego goes, oh, there's lots of people from San Diego. Matt and Sine should be friends. Thank you, Scott Gladys, for the super chats, and keep it up, buddy. Here's half a coffee in New York. Let's go. I feel like such an alcoholic where whenever I see in a show somebody going and like somebody meeting their significant other or taking someone on a date for coffee, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. It's like, yeah, I guess it's fine. Like, is this breakfast? Can I get a grown-up drink, please? Can I get alcohol? Um, and I mean, I don't always need to do that, but it's like, I don't know. Like, if I'm going out on a date, I want to have fun. I want to like, and yeah, you could have conversation and it's like, but I don't know. That's what I want to do. So it could be. Yeah, again, that's what I was showing on that mint before, on that chart where this has same thing happened. 2019. Could we repeat history? I don't know. How much Omi does Reese have? I would guess billions, but that's my guess. Yeah, it was probably billions. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna ask him publicly. Orange Bag Lady. Evening, sir. Orange Bag Lady. How you doing, fam? I hope you're doing well. Try to get to your side of the pond at some point. Keep y'all posted. Jeremy House says your videos always look a lot better when you're here. I mean, they're my videos. I'm always here. I'm always here. Doge says when exchanges. Oh, you mean like in the kitchen, like in the yeah. Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah. Duly noted. I don't know. I will probably get at least one, but probably maybe two this year. I would say definitely at least one. I don't know. Q2, Q3, maybe get one, and the one we get is probably going to be relatively small. I would say they would save the bigger ones for last. Again, just my opinion. Dashy is in my room, being a good old guard dog. Bogar says Reese can sell whatever he wants. He's great. I love Reese. He can do whatever he wants. He gets a pass. He deserves to get paid just like anyone else. Agreed. 1,000% there. He's a homie. William Parrish, hi Randy. Love seeing you Saturdays too. First appearance Black Panther tomorrow. Let's go. Yeah, I missed the last. Oh, I missed the last comic that they dropped, the Scrooge McDuck one. David really liked that one, and I missed it. I was doing a sleep. I was sleeping. Oh, where's my sleeping hat? Milham says, "What up, buddy? Yo, what's up, Milham? My man. I hope you and Brandy Bay are doing well. Y'all are poopy butts. I love your dog, man. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to just. You have a lot of kids. I know it doesn't it's not easy to get away, but at some point we'll meet up. Wes says 429,000 Bitcoin next bull run is an unrealistic Moonboy prediction. I don't believe so. And here's let me show you the chart, or one of the charts that that Plan B has. Plan B, where are you? Where the fudge is he? Is he like? If I just put in Plan B, he is. No. Did he get like? Did he get like banned? 100 trillion. Okay, Plan B is called 100 trillion USD. Again, 1.8 million over on the what do you call it? 1.8 million over on the Twitter. And if we take to YouTube, we will go and see his videos. And I think the last one was, I think it was 6 days ago.
My January 12th prediction.
Okay,
where are we at? Very clear about it. Not only that I was calling a bottom and some far away.
Okay.
Here, is that 2024 halving is coming, and that increases the scarcity.
And what does that say? Well, let me take a screenshot of this.
Ratio. I don't know any other ratio, any other measure that measures the scarcity. So if you know it, please tell me. But I measure.
Okay. Let me get and Wes. Let me go and show you why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heart. And again, this is not my prediction. This is Plan B that seems to be a lot smarter because you don't get 1.8 million followers unless you be smart. So saying my forward guidance for the next 3 years, 2024 halving is coming, and the increased scarcity S2F ratio will pump Bitcoin price just like in 2012, 2016, and 2020. And moving on, you take a look and you see a bunch of these lines. Okay, so these lines are talking about where Bitcoin to USD, the new STF model and the old STF model, and where we're going to go are in between these 2 points. So if you take a look at it, over the years, and this is several years, going from where it was pennies, every line is a 10x, from pennies to $1, $1 to $10, $10 to $100, $100 to $1,000, and that's where. And over the years, we have gotten to 10,000. They are predicting that because we were probably supposed to reach 100K last time, which we did not, we reached about 69,000 last time, that this time you're taking a look at anywhere between 100,000 and 1 million. So that, again, go and take a look at I'll show you the title of the video. It's called Plan B, Bull Market or Bull Trap. And he goes over, I would say, 15 different charts talking about, and all of them say, hey, this is the next bull market. Like every single one of them going and say, yeah, this Bitcoin 100K to $1 million range. This is why we're in the next bull market. This is what's happening. Every time we go from here to here, X, Y, Z. Like again, it's a 16-minute video. Go watch it. It is, and is what he's saying like absolute truth? Is he, a receiver for God's knowledge? No, he's just a dude, but he's a dude that seems like he knows what he's talking about, and this is just what the charts are telling him. Anyone that's really good at TA would be like, hey, listen, I kind of cancel out the outside noise. I just do what the charts tell me, and a lot of successful traders like God's Entry, or this guy, they'll tell you that these are what the charts are showing. So 420,000 Bitcoin next bull run, I do not believe is unrealistic. I think that is fairly fair. I think that is within reason. Again, because that is less than half of his upper end prediction for the next bull run. Miller says, Brock is amazing. Since I bought my 8 Feesh, I received 92 airdrops for free. Yeah, the dude is a beast. Dude can do no wrong. Love that man. Your honesty, Randy, I was putting some money in Omi. I'm in the negative as well. Hope it bounce back in the future. It will. Okay. Where was I here? Actually, while we're here, while we're in the, I'm going to go and ask everyone to smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and especially that super thanks and super chats as well. But become a member too. Those are a lot more fun. So I still got to get a mega. Oh, I want a mega too. Mega is pretty awesome. But it's like 1 in 6, I think, that you can get a mega. George says BCP spy balloon just crossed over America, but Biden is okay. I was referring to Biden's effect on the markets, whereas again, Biden relatively middle of the road. I don't think, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's passed any legislation that is absolutely detrimental to our society. If he has, again, correct me if I'm wrong, comment down below. Not like Canada with their CB11 bill. It's like, Jesus, man. It's, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's as bad and evil as a lot of people make him out to be. Yeah, just my opinion. Matthew Ursel says, how about the maximum price of Omi by the peak? What do you think? If again, max us going up into double zeros now, and us potentially going up to 002, 003 over the next couple months by June, that is, if that happens and we get up to 500,000 Omi, or not half, if we get up to half a penny by the end of the year, that lessens the chance. Actually, that almost makes certain that we do not go up past like 55 cents. I think that in order to get 55 cents plus, you would need to be down in the triple zeros. We would need to have a bad recession that takes Omi down to 0005. And we start burning a lot of Omi from the circulating supply. I'm talking about tens of billions, if not 100 billion by next year. And even when, but again, like for that to happen is just relatively, I don't want to say impossible, but they would need to not have exchanges. They would also need to have, they'd also need to have a land sale, which I don't know if will happen before the halving. With a maximum price of Omi, I would say realistically is probably going to be 35-ish cents. And that's the maximum price. I would say most likely you're in that 10 to 20 cent range. And, if someone wants to be bearish and say, okay, well, we'll probably complete a couple of things, but let's say we get a bunch of big delays in the Veve verse, we get big delays in OUP, we have devs quit for whatever reason. There's a new Wuhan lab leak, and there's another super virus out on the loose, and this time it actually kills people like a lot. that then, well, maybe that's very, very black swan event. But if you want to be bearish and you want to say we have a bunch of delays, it's kind of more of the same. Apple and Microsoft do a Fusion Ha and they create their own metaverse and they try to get, IP, and, we actually have a legit competitor, that then I could see, maybe only 2 to 3 cents. Um, that yeah, I would believe something along those lines. Um, but I think we get quite a bit more than that. So those are kind of my predictions. Crebo Brook is, and again, even if it's just 2 cents, okay, that's a two. What was that, a 10? Oh no, it's a 20x from here. Not bad. Crebo Brook, how's it going? Bill Gardens, I've been stacking those first appearance groups. Yeah, those are really good. I like those. I have the whole set. I think I have 2 sets actually. Um, you're doing great, Randy. Oh, I thank you, Creepo. I'm trying my very best. That's all you can do. Donate says Bitcoin 420,069. Yeah. Well, actually, let's see what that would be like. Market cap. Say 420,000. 069 times, let's say there's 20 million. That'd be a $8.4 trillion market cap. I think gold is like a $10 trillion market cap, so it wouldn't overtake gold just yet, but not bad. Whereas the recession, it might be yet to come. I mean, when you have something like, I would argue that we've kind of already had it, where we kind of had I mean, how much are eggs now? How much is turkey? How much is chicken? Like, Jesus, like the amount, the inflation is through the roof, where you just have so much, it costs so much more to live. So I would argue that we've kind of hit a lot of the boxes and checked those off. What would count as a recession? The only thing we're really missing is unemployment, which, again, I get that officially the numbers are good and we've actually have more people employed than the last quarter, but again, take a look at where those jobs are, where they're in retail and they're in service industry jobs. These are not people getting, these amazing careers. These are not people that, and again, a lot of them are part-time as well. So you really have to dig deep into the numbers, take a look at them. But who knows this? And that's despite all these big tech layoffs. So I don't know. It could be possible we don't get it. I think it's just a matter of time, because it is, for normal people, probably hard out there. Bogar says my Omi sell points are 20% at 0.02, 20% at 0.05, and 20%. Okay, so you're talking about cents, right? So 20% at 2 cents, 20% at 5 cents, 20% at 10 cents. Half of what's left at 30 cents. Until this happens, I'm only buying. Yeah, so I would say next year we get to 2 cents. And then in 2020, I mean, in 2025, probably keeping that 5, and you probably hit all of those. 30 cents. Yeah, that, you really have to have a lot of bullish things happen. 30 cents is a lot. But again, if Bitcoin goes, and even if it does not hit $8 trillion, let's say it's $2.5 trillion, that's $200,000 a coin. Okay, what happens at $2.5 trillion? Like, a small percent of that goes into Omi, man, and I would say that most of the top 10 at that point would have hundreds of billions of dollars market cap. And I'm not saying Omi would be in that top 10, but I would say that it's not outside that realm of possibility for us to have 60 to 90 billion. And okay, well, what does that look like? Let's say if we have 300 billion, let's say there aren't a ton of burns. Obviously a dollar would be 300. So let's wind that back and let's do, 10 cents is 30 billion. 10 cents is a $30 billion market cap. So what do we need to get 30 cents? At that time, you need $90 billion market cap. $90 billion market cap in 2025, I do not believe cracks the top 10. I believe that in 2025, all of the top 10 will have minimum $100 billion market caps. This is also if Bitcoin hits 200K. If it hits 400K, then that looks a lot more likely. But we'll see. Lagar says 2024 them head to head. I'm calling Michelle Obama and Trump. I think Trump would win that, but we'll see. I would have liked Tulsi Gabbard as far as Democrats go. I would have voted for her. I love her, man. But then she went to the other side. It's like Republican now, and I'm not saying I'm not going to vote for her now because she's Republican. I'm saying that I would have voted for her as a Democrat, and I'm not saying I wouldn't vote for her because she's Republican, but I think that I would vote for her if she ran, but I just don't think she would have a chance at winning anything. I think that DeSantis and Trump are those front runners, and I think that if you're trying to vote in the Republican primary, vote for one of those two. I don't think Tulsi Gabbard would really have a chance in heck at winning against those guys right now. Yeah, but if she were to win the Democratic nomination, I would have voted for her. But I don't think she wins the Republican nomination. I really think it just comes down to those other two. Brandy, my guy, drinking a claw for you. Oh, my man. Thank you so much. Drank the other two claws last night because it was storming out. We were telling scary stories, and we were on was it a scary TikTok? Oh, those things are so much fun. Love the scary TikTok. On a trip. Yeah, I hope we have so much fun. We will. Bill Garner says, I work all year round in Northeast in construction. We just work inside the house during the time, all through the homes. I'm in take years to build. Oh my God. Yeah, man. Bill. Oh, Bill, I love you so. Always will. You're a man. You're a real man. Y'all can take my man card. I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm brown. We are not meant to work in those conditions for long periods of time. Mirestone Ranch says, howdy from the ranch. Randy, what's going on, Mirestone Ranch? Howdy from the ranch. Are there any animals in your pic? I don't know. Can't tell. Too small. Bogart says, I've noticed Ohio, for some reason, has a large influx of wealthy people moving here. Columbus do be pumping, though. A lot of big people in Columbus. Actually, that reminds me. I got a tomorrow. Tristan Eaton might be doing a design for my friend Ernie. I gotta mess with him tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, Ohio, Columbus is great. I haven't really been to Cincinnati. I love northern Ohio in the Tiffin, Gibsonburg, Dayton area. It's because there's just nobody there. If you want to go and train for a fight, that is where you go. There's nothing but fields and roads for running. You go to the gym. There's not a lot of people there. Just it's perfect. The elements just make you tougher. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I farted. It's pretty dope. But yeah, it's very, very cold in Ohio. North American Ham says, deep fake Randy Chavez? Ha 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 ha. Happy evening. Deep fake. I don't know what that would look like. That being said, 4chan is doing a lot of crazy stuff with AI. I think Emma Thompson was a victim. No, Emma Watson. Emma Watson was a victim. Where they would make her say really sexual stuff or really racist stuff, and it's like, oh God, Hermione's throwing racial slurs around, and obviously it wasn't her. Someone does that to me, it's gonna be hard to tell if it was or wasn't me. Bill Gar says 420 Bitcoin, you're so funny. Not 400, 425, 420. Yo, what up, fam bam? How's it going? Ohio's amazing. Get the fudge out of here. Ohio is dope AF. Loving Ohio for three decades now, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. I love how everyone complains we need marketing, and Veve changes the logo to get ready for marketing, and everyone freaks out. Yeah, man, people are nuts. People are you can't win with a lot of these people. It's like George Knox and Angels in the Outfield. No one expects you to win with these boys. There's a thing called talent. They don't have it. Yeah. Dark Chaos, hello there. General Dark Chaos. All chat gaming. Fine. And hearts, yeah. Scott Gladys says, just imagine a crypto bull run when money flies everywhere and small coins pump hard. Once people connect Veve with Disney and other IP, then anything can happen. I agree. I agree. You have, and again, most people don't believe in the how many people do I know that are in the Veve fam that make content that have no Omi. A lot. There's a lot of people that are faces in the community that do not have Omi. I don't know if it's just because it's confusing to buy or they're Barrett or like whatever, but how do you believe in Veve and not Omi if you see the future? The question is a lot of people don't. A lot of people are not making that connection and they don't see the future and they just I believe the sentiment around Omi is fairly negative, and I feel like there's a lot of people that say, okay, well, the coin can die, and Veve would still be okay, but if Veve dies, the coin would not be okay, and they're right. But again, they form a symbiont circle. What happens to one? Well, it's like, am I Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to the leader of the Gun Guns? The guy that says, that guy, where he says, you and the Naboo form a symbiont circle. What happens to one affects the other. You must understand this. And it's like, my guy is so right, spitting straight back. There's a negative sentiment around Omi, and I feel like most people, even in the Veve fam, feels like it. Hang on. Does it work? Does it work? Okay, I think it works. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for the super chat. I think we're good now, right? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Every now and then. All right, sorry. We're good. I was frozen. I had to unclick the internet and then re-click the internet, and we're good now. We Gucci. Thank you, Ricky Tan. Why? Rush Hour. I can get you Ricky Tan. Okay, yeah, that was it. All right, sorry. I saw the name and I was like, wait a minute, and it unlocked a core memory of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Just Rush Hour 2, right? Yeah. Great movies. Thank you for the super chat, and we can hear you. Wildfire. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. I forget where I was over here. Complain. Okay, yeah. Okay, there was. I forget, and honestly, like that ruined the rant. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. But yeah, you have. I'm not gonna say that it's guaranteed 1 cent by this time next year, but if they start hitting things and we get exchanges, like again, what is one of the best ways to market? One of the best ways to market is by going on an exchange. What is Omi? And then you get everyone that's into crypto on Veve and like, oh, hey, we can use our crypto to pay. Like this is, a lot of people don't know who we are, and I feel like we're coming out of this, this bear market here. I feel like we're coming out of this great big not good time, and we're about to be good time. Bought 400,000. Omi, get it, brother. Yeah, I'm feeling very, very excited for a lot of people, especially when people recognize who's attached. Like I said, I was early, but better be early than late. Dog Boy says, "What up, fam?" Les says, "Institutional investment wants regulatory clarity." For Bitcoin and Ethereum, yes. For this, for like Omi, I would say no. I would say though that just because institutional investments might not get into Omi right away, and again, that's not directly. They would go and they would probably invest though in Veve NFTs. What would they get? First appearance Spider-Man, first appearance Superman, partner statue, definitely. Darth Vader, the Batman, Todd and the Riso. I guarantee you be advised guys, there's already funds that are buying those types of things. Like already. I would say the way that institutional investments get Omi is not by saying, oh, let me get this. It's not from that. The way institutional investments get Omi is by people having these like ETF funds saying we're going to diversify and we're going to buy all of these metaverse tokens. And then someone will be like, okay, this is good. I'm putting my egg into like this hedge fund or this ETF where I don't just buy one thing. It buys 5% of this, 5% of that. And that's how they get Omi. Because Omi will be listed as a metaverse token. And so will Earth too. They're effing. Oh my God, I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. Been enjoying that nice ether. The last couple of days and the next couple of days will be good for ether production. Can't wait on that. All Check Game says, goat. Oh, why, thank you. Bilgar says, Biden shut off main gas lines in America, also all personal gas contracts. I have a couple hundred acres in West Virginia. We were getting paid in gas futures. About to top it then. Nope, Biden owns it. Oh my God, that is okay. All right, fair point. That sucks. That blows. Yes, that is a bad time. That is a bad beat. And I understand the anger and frustration, and I would be super pissed off as well. And I would vote anyone but Biden if I were you, because that is affecting your income, it's affecting your bottom line. So I get it. Ricky Tan, Wildfires. Hello, Mr. Chavez. Happy Saturday, everybody. Been streaming for about an hour. My toes are cold. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I mean, the door's right there. So, Mike Gazillion says, Randy, following you for well over a year now, where are you at psychologically with this project, given that OUP and OMI's utility is still at a complete absence? When will you start questioning? All right, so psychologically, how far back are we going here? We're going like 2017, 2018. My mind was not, I would much rather be me now than be me in 2017, 2018, despite me being, 5-6 years younger, despite me being much better looking, despite me like the potential of the future being really well. When you transition out of the military, every veteran's reaction is different, and mine was not the best one. That's probably the hardcoreness of my alcoholism was in 2017, 2018. So comparatively to then, my psyche, if I take a psych evaluation, Ren, you're good to go now. You're great now. 2017, 2018, and 2020 were really not good years. 2019, great, amazing. 2021, a little better. 2022, a little better. Things just, better over the years. 2023 is pretty good so far. But where am I considering, given that OUP and OMI's utility is still complete absence? So because I can read the terrain fairly well and see that, okay, what did Akomi give us like 2 months ago? Akomi gave us like a whole 45-minute video on the OMI development roadmap and what they're doing. Had they not done that, I would have said, yes, most people, I get it. There's, it looks like there's been no movement, even though I know that things are moving on the inside. But that's not where we are. They did give us that giant overhaul, and we even had Reese over in Spaces the other day saying, listen, Viviverse is still on track to release in Q1. And, Mitch and Nestor are doubling the amount of dev teams we have, and the different squads go into different things. I'm very, very bullish. And based on all the information we've gotten over the last couple of weeks versus like the OMI price, it does not make sense. We should have moved much, much farther. But again, most people are not reading in between the lines. Most people are not listening to what the team is saying. They're just looking at the app. And again, they're not seeing the forest for the trees are in the way. It's like, okay, you're talking about it, but where is it in the app? And again, I get it, but we know objectively that they are working on this, so they are hiring more people for this. So it's either going to come or it's not. What scenario do you think is more likely? Again, when David and Dan have about 30 billion tokens each, where do you think their priorities lie? Again, obviously, building the best app that they can and getting a lot of the licensed IPs, getting a lot of Veveverse done, sure. But one of their main goals, I know for a fact, one of their main priorities is Omi utility. One of their main priorities is the health of the token. And this is not like something that's only mentioned if you get to have lunch with them or dinner with them. This is stuff that you could just ask them, like when you see them at Decon. That like there's one person that was talking to Dave for like over an hour at I think London Decon, and you could tell, like, again, he's been on my show, he's been on my stream 3 times. There is zero doubt in my mind. I guarantee that is a major priority for them in the top 5 that they're working on, if not top 3. And I will not question because I've already questioned. Like I've already said, like, hey, not questioning the validity of their statements, but just saying like, hey, how, I know what you said you want to do. How are you going about doing this? And then they've told you all the information is out there. So I wouldn't question again because I already know the answer. I would ask, is there any changes to any of the approaches that you guys are going about this? But again, I'm buying more every chance that I get. I got 2 million Omi last week, and it's not because Moonboy just hoping. It's okay. I understand where the project is going, and I understand what's being developed. And when you have, and especially now when you have other people that are getting in that were once very, very bearish, almost like bad mouthing the project. This is very, very bullish sign. Another American Ham says, "I love Angels in the Outfield. I need to watch it again soon." Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a really good movie. I did not know that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt until I watched it again like a few years ago. Yeah. KBTWA3 saying, "Is it safe to say Veve doesn't have Tesla, SpaceX after Alcon called Elon a lunatic on a stream with you?" No, I would say, well, I mean, for any license, even if you have a license, like let's say Hello Kitty, that we did have at one point, and that decided to say, hey, we're actually going to go with Recur. I still wouldn't put that off the table. I guarantee you we get Hello Kitty within the next 5 years. I guarantee you we get that. Why? Because Recur's dead. And like, where are they going to go? They're going to go where the best community is. They're going to go where the money is. And even with DC Comics, I still don't believe that is off the table. I know they're being released on Palm. I know Palm has this great trifecta of Hero, DC Comics, and Bat Cows. Again, really solid community. Things sell, and they are money. They do have cash flow from that. But is it as big as Veve? Again, DC is, it's quite people. A lot of people are questioning the future. I mean, I love James Gunn, and if anyone can fix it, I really think he can. But he's not the sole CEO. There's another CEO, and there's a lot of things that they're doing that I really question. So when even if Al says someone is a lunatic, I mean that's also not always a bad thing. Like how do some people become the best at what they're at is by being crazy. I mean, take a look at fighters, take a look at boxers. Why are you running at 4 a.m? Why are you going and working out 6 hours a day? I used this scenario the other day. If you were to take a dog and chain them to a treadmill and you force them to run, and they're limping and their pads are hurting and they're crying and they're whimpering, and you're like, no, and you force them to run like that, you would want to shoot that man because that's torture. Okay, well, why isn't it torture when humans do that to themselves? Why isn't it torture when they do that in the military? Why isn't that torture? I mean, kind of is, but it's because there are reasons. That's how you become the best. How do you win wars? It's you have to train like it's real life. You have to, throw people down the stairs. You have to shoot and punch people. You have to really train like it's a real life or death. If you don't, then you're going to die when it's life or death. If you're training for a fight, like as a boxer, you have to train for thousands and thousands of minutes, and you have to. It's it's crazy when Elon is sleeping on the floor on his factory floor on a mattress, and he's just not going home. He's working 120 hours a week between SpaceX, Tesla, and everything. That is crazy. That person is insane. When you have these ultra marathon runners that are running 100, 200 miles in a single race, that's crazy. And people just look at them and there's like, you are not human. I don't want anything to do with what you're about. But that's how you become the best. That's how you win. And like again, I had in 2021, I had no air conditioner. I had no bed. I just had a mattress. And people call me crazy. I became a millionaire. When I was eating Taco Bell every day, when I was streaming in my car in the office, when I was like, I will be homeless before I sell anything. People call me crazy. Became a millionaire. Anyway, I think when Al called Elon a lunatic, I don't think it was just he was like, it was an insult. I think, speaking truthfully, but I don't think that takes away from the option of Veve getting Tesla or SpaceX at some point. I mean, Elon will. It's another line item number. It'll make him, the stock look good, or stocks. And he could do it for Neuralink. He could do it for the Boring Company. Not a flamethrowers. I think it's very possible that if Elon does NFTs, that he does them with Veve, because he doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to do anything. It's like, oh, you want to do it? Cool. You're successful at it. Go do it. Yeah. So Michael says, hey Randy, get bent. MST3K forever. What up, fam? Vivi Fam says, what? I didn't know a lot of the content creators don't have Omi. I just can't wait for exchanges to get a lot more easier. Yeah. There's a now obviously there's a lot of people that do. Foster has some. I think Kyle Wilson has some. But there are a lot of content creators that and I know money's different for each person. I know Taps has a bunch, but there are a lot of people that are in here that they have less than 5 million Omi, or they have less than 3 million Omi. It's like, and I get it. Not everyone has $100,000 to put in, or $500,000 to put in. But how much do you believe in the token if you only have a couple million Omi, when you have tens of thousands of dollars invested everywhere else? And again, I know people aren't like me, and they're not going to put all their eggs in one basket. But I don't know, put more than 5% in. I mean, just read the terrain, read what's in front of you. He just, yeah, I lost my sound. Yeah, I know. Wow, you guys really do let me know. I was, yeah. There's wow, you got most epic rant, and we missed it. I had how much of the rant did you guys lose? It's okay, we can lip read. Somebody's talking and doesn't realize. No, how much of that did you miss? Oh man, that's super salty. I guess my sound was lost for like a full minute there. I'm out here and rant without. Oh my god, you grubbed. And then there was no video. Okay, so it was like a full minute, if not 2 minutes. 75 people watching and only 36. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Yes, I was back. I hear you. Yep, couldn't handle the rant. It's okay now. It's all ogre now. Where was I? RPM 87 says, I'm a great white shark. Now get it! I know you're getting like another 500,000 Omi. How much you got? Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. Ricky Tan from those hearts. Milgar says, I like Tulsi. She's a real, and that's all we can ask for. And politicians be real and not a puppet. Agreed. Love her. Love her. She's bae. Yo, VV fan. What's up, Harish S? What's up, Randy? Hope y'all are doing super fantastic. Superstar. Oh, you even said rocket ship to the moon. Oh no, that's Omi token ENS. To the moon. Going on a trip in a favorite rocket ship. Okay. JKRB says another 6+ hour stream. Probably Omi moving up. Probably not. I've been streaming for a little over an hour, and my feet are my toes are freezing. It is a lot. God, I'm dying. It is a lot colder in here than it is in my room. So probably not 6 hours. I would probably die. Agreed. You really need both Omi and Vivi collectibles. Times I'm craving McDonald's ever since you mentioned the breakfast family. Yes, that breakfast family meal is so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Jeremy House says, "Hey Randy, listening while I'm at the gym. Good to see Omi pumping while I'm pumping iron. Good the bread. Love this game." But as the history shows, Bitcoin bull runs happened 1 year after halving. I don't know what charts you're looking at. I showed the chart before. Favorite shit. I don't know what. All right. It was from Facet flow models from Plan B. What would it take for you to do a fasting stream again? Oh God, that was awful when I just didn't eat for like 2 days. I don't know, man. I do need to lose weight, but I also really need to go to the gym, and it's really hard. You can't go to the gym and you feel like your muscles just break down. There's just no, I can't do that. Not right now. Maybe in like April when I get back. I have so many things I have to do. Yeah, fasting sucked. That was, oh, thanks a lot. Yo, nice ceiling fan. Oh, why, thank you. I love the ceiling fan as well. It is not mine, but what's up, Nicholas Talbot? How's it going, fam? Saying hi, Chavez. Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't notice that fan. Randy is not at home. I guess I am home. It's just not in my room. I have a ceiling fan, but it's not this one. This is my home. We got a table. We got some stuff from TJ Maxx. Got a toaster over there. We got. Oh, take a look at this. Oh, my body. This is the dollar store version of Cookie Crisp. It's called Cookies cereal. I have. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a bowl of cereal. I got some whole grain Cheerios up there. Put some milk in that. Oh, so hungry, so good. No excuses. Result. Ty, did you bring my phone charger? Are you gonna give it to Nick or Meg? Because you've had that for several months now, and I would like it back. When Lilith was here several months ago. Harris says, "How's it going?" His owners let him. Yeah, my masters let me out of the room today. Let me have yard time, and I never really used it back. It's so cold. That's really why. MCP will make or break this business, in my opinion. I mean, I think the business is already thriving. This comes from a guy named Will Ray. So I have it. Yes, you have it. Oh, thank God. I need that for tomorrow. I'll never give it back though. Dog Boy, what's going on? Saying thanks for having us on. Love talking Veve, guns, and the '80s. Good time. Sorry, missed the meatball calzone. Oh, it looks so good. I did have a good sandwich after that, so that was nice. I had 2 big sandwiches today, but then I was in the bathroom and I was like, oh man, I was not feeling good at all. I was I was on the toilet and it was not a good time. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, we'll get some pizza at some point when I head up to Pittsburgh. Buy any Omi this? Yes, I bought 2 million Omi this week, so I'm at 152 million. And I did buy a little more Bitcoin as well. Well, I didn't have any Bitcoin, so I have $900 worth of Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the Coinbase Sula, and we'll see. Let's see what we've got. All right, go to my assets, and on my assets, they will see. Oh, Bitcoin went up. Nice. I had like 9 something, and now it's 970. Oh, heyo, let's get this bread. Yeah, it's pretty legit. I love making doll hairs. Let's see. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what some of the prices are of the currencies, and we'll see how they've been doing over the last 24 hours. Yeah, this is what I love about Omi, man. It doesn't care what the market does. Bitcoin is down, BNB is down, XRP is down, Cardano, OKB, Solana, Shiba Inu, Polkadot, Litecoin, Avalanche, all down in the last 24 hours. We did have some winners. Ethereum up 0.1%, might as well be flat. We got Dogecoin up 0.6, Polygon up 0.8. There's really nothing that's even up over 1%. Okay, Leo token, we had to go to the number 26 token to get a token that was up over 1%. So obviously, Omi outperforming all of them by being up 10% over the last 24 hours. I haven't taken a look at the markets yesterday, but I'll see what we had. Markets were down yesterday, 1% the S&P 500, 1.59 on the Nasdaq, and 0.38 over the Dow. I'll never give it back though. How dare you? MCP will at least double current prices. I believe MCP is gonna make things go wild. I have had such a. I was telling Megan Nick last night. It's in the chat. I have a secret rare because I have all of the Infinity Stones. So I have a secret rare Eye of Agamotto. All right, it's down now. It was up to like 500. It's down to 460 right now. You know, they have not confirmed yet that we are getting an airdrop. I think when they do, if they do, but when they do, I think this goes up to about $600. I mean, again, a gauntlet. Right now, you're taking a look at the Eye of Agamotto. The Eye of Agamotto, if you take a look at when this came out, this was in April of 2022. There were a fair amount of bots in April of 2022. So I really believe that a lot of these 2,110, which again, they take 90 away. So this 2020 additions is probably take away 30% of that. I really think that you're taking a look at probably about 16, maybe 1,700 of these that are only available. So that means the gauntlet, if we do an airdrop for that, are probably going to be relegated to about 1,700, give or take. I think that is relatively scarce for something of that magnitude. And yeah, super pumped. Megan Slattery saying 10 buckazoids, put a 69 in the chat. Oh, in the chart? Chart? Yeah, so the MCP, again, doubling current prices, definitely 1.5. But again, if you have MCP in conjunction with crypto to gem, my God, yeah, doubling. Oh God, I can't wait. Oh God. At that point, if we do get that, I will delist my Veve logo that I have for $6,900. And I get it. I know. And why? Because that'll pump up to 500, or I'm sorry, 5,000 minimum, easy. What do I mean, you have a lot of the partner statue, you have the Spider-Man, you have a lot of things that are really gonna pump. 10 buckazoids. I love all those things. I love them too. Time Donna says, you owe me electricity for the months you left your charger plugged into my wall. Like, girl, you couldn't unplug it. And also, I don't think the electricity really goes into anything or is being used if it's not actually plugged in. Arya says, MCP will change the entire Veve market. I'm on Hero, and their leaderboard is addicting. Yeah. Like Ty McDonough knows, how do you replace real serotonin and real success in life? You play a lot of video games, and you increase those levels. Sorry for roasting you, Ty, but you know what? Ty, me and Ty were going the other day, and he was saying, listen, Chavez, if I die before you, which we have another thing I'll tell you all about. So if I die before you, you have to make it so that there's a big giant screen at my wake of all the text of me roasting people. And I was like, it's going to take me a while, but I can do that. Let's read some text from Ty. Let's blow this man up right now. Where is the Ty? Because we've got a bunch of texts from Ty that are hysterical. Biggest so no. Does he only insult me now in like Snapchat? Maybe I swear there's like adoption dumpster baby jokes in here, and there's like orphan jokes, and I can't find any of them. Ty, did you delete these? I don't know if I can. If you Google list of Wookiees, and it has Chewbacca, it has Tarful, it has Chris Hansen, but then it has Lando Calrissian, and he texts me this, and he's like, the caucasity is racist. I was like, you know what, it is, but that was still hysterical though. Anyway, birds have. Oh my God. I swear, Ty always roasts me, but he's just not in these Ty, just roast me down in the comments. That'll be much easier. Anyway, we also had a bet that said whoever died, like if he gets a call that's saying Ty, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but Chavez died, bro. Yes. Or if somebody goes me like, hey, Chavez, you need to sit down. Ty died. Yes. Why? Because we have a pact that we are going to be each other's life rivals, so that our main goal in life is to outlive the other person. And I already have money set aside to give me a much bigger headstone than Ty, so I'm going to one up you on that one. But yeah, it's that is our life goal, is to outlive the other. We have a very weird relationship. Harris says MC people. Yep. Leaderboard is definitely addicting. Get growing levels, definitely addicting. And Pierre says Reese, Vivi Wallet bought some of the stones at the end of January. Nice. He probably saw one of David's tweets and was probably like, I think I know what he's hinting at there. When Vivi Heart collectible drop, I don't I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that. They might use that to test the wait list. So maybe in the next couple months. Actually, let me go take a picture of that, because that's a really good idea. A picture. Harris says, but Vivi has to improve rewarding collectors, which is important. But yeah, MCP, done. So he's stacking for an airdrop. I wouldn't say that he's stacking. I feel like he would get it for the potential airdrop. Reese doesn't really buy a lot of Vivi stuff. He's more busy working on a lot of that. RPM87 says, do you trust the price on Trust Wallet, or are you supposed to check CoinGecko? I always check CoinGecko, because that's in real time. And Trust Wallet might be attached to it in real time, but CoinGecko for me. Tom says, how would you know? I don't play video game. You are constantly texting me about, yo, my Machamp's at 155 because I don't play normal games. I play hacked versions. Snapchat most. Okay, check Snapchat. Okay. So we're about to get some roastings from the Thai. The last thing he texted me, he's like, congrats on becoming a gay icon. Your family would be proud. I love Ty so much. I sent him. I don't want to say. I'm not going to say I sent him a nude the other day, but so he texted me a picture of his leg, where he's like, "Yo, quad check," and his leg is like, freaking tree trunk. I'm carrying around all that weight, but he's like one of the strongest guys. Like, I don't say on the planet, but he's extraordinarily strong. So he's like, quad check, and he knows that I have skinny legs. So I was on the toilet when I received his Snapchat. So I texted him with my pants down a picture of my quad, which was like, I was like, okay, well, I technically sent you a nude. And he was like, was your genitals in it? And I was like, and I was like, how does that make you feel? And then he laughed. He's like, I'm even more sorry now. I didn't even notice it, because I wasn't in the photo. Ty also mentioned, where I was like, all right, funding secured. Today I traveled business class. And Ty said, woof, you dress like a stowaway. So yeah, he gets me. He gets me sometimes. Wait, hey cats. Okay. Autocorrect, help me push this through. Weight plateau. Vinny. Park my car. Sorry, man. Okay, gotcha. Megan Flattery says gay. Yeah, it was good times. We have a lot of fun. BioShock, what's going on? This took a turn. Is that Chan? That's John Chan? It did take a turn. Anyway, where was I going with a lot of these? I think that was about it. I've been going for about an hour and a half now, so I'm gonna make some cereal. I'm liking Tyra. Dude, he's been on the podcast a bunch of times. He's been on at least twice. One time, maybe even no, 3 times. He was on once where me and him were talking about Pokemon. We were absolutely nerding. It was like the re-virginization of our bodies. Like that's how nerdy it was. And then another time he was on, we were talking about Voltron. That was a good podcast. And then the last time he was on, we were talking about the relationship between African Americans and Jews. And that was interesting. That was right after the Kanye thing came out, and it was like, Ty, we need perspective on this. If you could not tell by the afro in his photo, he is of the African American descent, at least partially. And yeah, so he's always got good insights. He's always can entertain an idea without without being like getting offended or like obscured. But I don't think Ty really gets offended by things. Yeah, he's cool. We were talking about Jack Poke Nerd. Jack Poke Nerd is pretty cool. There's a lot. I mean, Jack Poke Nerd is pretty legit. Anyway, I'm going to bounce right now. I'm gonna make myself some cereal. I'm gonna watch TikTok, and actually, yeah, that'll be it. So everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you all for the super chats. That means the world. Everyone say bye-bye to Ty. Bye-bye, Ty. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Ty doesn't like cats, so everyone meow at Ty. Meow, 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 meow. And broadcast. And broadcast again.